The scariest monsters are the ones that lurk in plain sight, hidden behind calm faces and quiet minds. Sigma males, those enigmatic lone wolves of the social hierarchy, are often celebrated for their independence, intelligence, and mysterious charm. But here's the catch. The very qualities that make them fascinating can also make them a little creepy. Not intentionally, of course. In their pursuit of detachment and self-mastery, they unknowingly engage in behaviors that leave others unnerved, puzzled, or downright spooked. Did you know that humans are wired to distrust people who don't conform to social norms? It's true, a study published in Psychological Science found that unpredictable or non-conforming behavior triggers discomfort in others. And if there's one thing Sigma males excel at, it's defying the script. But don't worry, this isn't about demonizing the misunderstood Sigma. Think of it more as shining a flashlight into their dark corners. Metaphorically, of course, shining an actual flashlight at a Sigma might just make them disappear into the shadows entirely. So, buckle up as we uncover 10 creepy things Sigma males do without realizing it. Things that might make you laugh, shiver, or wonder if there's a Sigma watching you right now. Silently taking notes. Number 1, staring too long without blinking. Sigma males are thinkers, deep, intense, and often caught in their own worlds. This tendency can lead to an unnerving habit, staring too long. When they lock eyes with someone, they're not trying to intimidate or unsettle. They're just absorbed in thought, analyzing or processing whatever's in front of them. But to the person on the receiving end, it feels like being studied under a microscope, as if every move, word, and flaw is being catalogued. The unsettling part? They often don't blink or break eye contact, which only adds to the creep factor. What makes this so strange is how quiet they are about it. They don't explain themselves, so their prolonged stares come across as cryptic or even judgmental. The intensity of their gaze can make people feel exposed, like their private thoughts are being pried open without consent. It's not that Sigma males are trying to be invasive, they're just naturally observant. They notice the small things, micro-expressions, body language, subtle shifts in tone, and their staring is a side effect of their hyper-awareness. What they don't realize is how much power there is in silence combined with prolonged eye contact. Most people are used to fleeting glances or distracted interactions, so when someone fixes them with such undivided attention, it triggers discomfort. The person being stared at starts to wonder, what are they thinking? Did I say something wrong? Do I have something on my face? That self-conscious spiral is what makes the experience so creepy. For the Sigma male, it's just another moment of reflection or curiosity. For everyone else, it's an unsettling encounter with someone who seems to see far more than they're letting on. The silence behind the stare is what keeps people guessing and shivering. Number 2, disappearing without warning. Sigma males have a knack for vanishing, and not in the dramatic storm out of the room way. Their disappearances are quiet, unannounced, and often unnoticed until someone looks around and realizes, wait, where did they go? It's not an intentional slight or a strategy to appear mysterious. They genuinely don't feel the need to follow social norms, like saying goodbye or offering an explanation. For them, when a conversation or gathering no longer holds their interest, they see no point in sticking around. They slip away like a shadow, leaving others scratching their heads. This disappearing act is unsettling because it feels incomplete. People expect closure in social interactions, no matter how small. A casual, "I'm heading out," or even a nod would suffice. But when someone leaves without a trace, it creates an eerie sense of absence, almost like they were never really there. It's as if they've mastered the art of being physically present yet emotionally detached, and their silent exits only amplify that feeling. What makes this behavior even more perplexing is how little effort Sigma males put into explaining themselves afterward. If someone calls them out, "Why did you leave without saying anything?" they'll likely respond with something maddeningly simple like, "I felt like it." There's no malice, no drama, just a quiet confidence that their actions don't need justification. The result? People start to see them as unpredictable, even ghost-like. Their comings and goings feel like a mystery no one can solve. And in a world where most people crave attention or validation, this indifference to being noticed makes them even more unsettling. It's not that they want to be creepy. It's just a side effect of moving through life on their own terms, without a care for how it might look to anyone else. Number 3, unintentionally intimidating with minimal words. Sigma males often prefer to say less, valuing brevity and precision over unnecessary chatter. To them, words are tools, not decorations, so they use them sparingly. However, this habit of concise communication can unintentionally create an intimidating aura. When they respond with a single word or a short sentence, it can feel abrupt, dismissive, or even ominous to others, especially those who aren't used to their style. The problem lies in what isn't said. In everyday conversations, people expect context, tone, or even small talk to smooth over interactions. A quick yes, no, or all right from a Sigma, delivered with their usual stoic demeanor, feels like it's hiding something unsaid. The lack of elaboration leaves others filling in the blanks, often with their own anxieties or assumptions. Are they mad? Are they judging me? Are they plotting something? Even in casual settings, their minimalism can feel intense. A Sigma male could answer a complex question with a single phrase, leaving others wondering if they're being dismissed or if the brevity hides deeper judgment. For someone who values social niceties, this kind of communication style can feel downright unsettling. What makes it worse is that Sigma males rarely realize the impact of their words or lack thereof. They're not trying to be threatening, they just don't see the point in over-explaining. For them, saying only what's necessary is a mark of efficiency and clarity. But to others, it feels like an emotional void or even a power move. In a world where most people use words to connect, comfort, or soften their presence, the Sigma male's verbal restraint can feel like a deliberate wall, and it's that wall, silent, unyielding, and enigmatic, that can leave others feeling intimidated, even if that's the last thing they intended. Number 4, living dual lives. Sigma males are masters of compartmentalization, often leading lives that seem entirely separate depending on the context. In public, they may appear composed, sociable, and even approachable when they choose to engage. But behind closed doors, they retreat into a completely different world, a private realm known only to them. This stark contrast between their public and private personas isn't an act of deception. It's their way of preserving autonomy and control. However, to others, this duality can feel unnerving, almost as if they're living a double life with hidden intentions. Their ability to switch seamlessly between roles creates an air of unpredictability. One moment, they're the quiet observer at a gathering, offering insightful commentary or dry humor. The next, they've disappeared into their personal sanctuary, cutting off contact without warning. This extreme separation of selves makes people wonder, what are they hiding? The lack of transparency creates an aura of mystery which can easily be misinterpreted as something darker or more sinister. Adding to this is their refusal to explain themselves. When questioned about their behavior, they'll often give vague answers, or none at all, reinforcing the feeling that there's more beneath the surface. It's not that they're dishonest, they simply see no reason to share details of their private lives unless absolutely necessary. For them, boundaries are non-negotiable, even if it means leaving others in the dark. This duality can be both fascinating and unsettling. While some admire the Sigma male's ability to guard their independence, others can't shake the feeling that they're interacting with only half of a person. The other half, the one hidden from view, becomes a source of curiosity, suspicion, or even fear. In the end, it's this careful partitioning of their lives that keeps people guessing, never fully sure of who the Sigma truly is. And number 5, seeming to read minds. Sigma males possess an almost uncanny ability to read people, noticing things others miss. They pick up on the smallest details, micro-expressions, shifts in body language, tonal changes in speech, and use these observations to piece together startlingly accurate insights about someone's thoughts, feelings, or even secrets. To them, it's second nature. Their sharp focus and analytical minds make them naturally attuned to the nuances of human behavior. But to others, this skill can feel unnerving, almost like mind reading. What makes it particularly unsettling is how effortlessly they do it. While most people are oblivious to subtle cues, Sigma males see them all at once, often forming conclusions without needing the other person to say much. They might casually point out something like, "You're not comfortable with this, are you?" Or "You seem distracted today." While accurate, these observations can leave the other person feeling exposed, as though their inner thoughts aren't private anymore. It's not just what they say, but how they say it. Calm, matter of fact, and without any apparent effort. This unintentional mind reading creates a power dynamic that many find unsettling. People usually guard their vulnerabilities and expect to reveal themselves at their own pace. But a Sigma male's ability to cut straight to the heart of things bypasses those defenses entirely. Even when they mean no harm, their insights can feel invasive, like a spotlight suddenly illuminating a part of you you'd rather keep in the shadows. Ironically, Sigma males often don't realize the effect they're having. They're simply following their natural instincts, observing and deducing without malice. Yet to those who aren't used to being seen so clearly, the experience can be deeply disarming, making them wonder how much more the Sigma knows and whether there's anything left to hide. Number 6, maintaining an unchanging expression. Sigma males are masters of the poker face. In almost any situation, whether it's a heated argument, an exciting announcement, or a moment of collective tension, they often maintain an unchanging stoic expression. It's not that they're cold or indifferent. They simply don't feel the need to outwardly display their emotions unless absolutely necessary. But to others, this lack of visible reaction can create an eerie, almost robotic vibe, as if they're operating on an entirely different wavelength. What makes this unsettling is how it contrasts with social expectations. In most interactions, people rely on facial expressions to gauge feelings and intentions. A smile, a frown, or even a raised eyebrow provides emotional context and reassurance. When someone remains expressionless, it's like staring into a blank screen. You have no idea what's going on behind it. This ambiguity leaves people guessing, are they angry, bored, plotting something, or do they just not care at all? The effect is amplified in emotionally charged moments. Imagine a group laughing at a joke, and the Sigma male is the only one sitting there with a neutral face. Or during a crisis when everyone else is panicking and they remain calm, unflinching, and eerily composed. Their lack of visible emotion makes them stand out, and not in a way that puts people at ease. It's not unusual for others to feel unsettled, even suspicious, as if the Sigma knows something they don't, or worse, feels nothing at all. To the Sigma male, this stoicism is just part of who they are. They value control and see emotional outbursts as unnecessary or even counterproductive. But to those around them, their unreadable expression becomes a mirror of uncertainty, reflecting back fears, doubts, and the uncomfortable question, what's really going on inside their head? Number 7, knowing more about others than they should. Sigma males have an extraordinary knack for remembering the little things about people, details that most would overlook or forget. It's not that they're actively prying. Their sharp observational skills and quiet demeanor make them natural absorbers of information. They might recall the exact way someone likes their coffee, a fleeting comment about a childhood memory, or a random fact shared months ago. To them, this is just being attentive, a reflection of their ability to tune in and process the world around them. But to others, it can feel like they've been keeping tabs, and that can be downright unsettling. What makes this trait so eerie is how casually it manifests. A Sigma male might drop a comment like, "You always check your watch when you're nervous," or "You mentioned last summer that your sister's birthday is coming up, right?" They see it as harmless, maybe even thoughtful, but the recipient is left wondering, how do they remember that? Why were they paying so much attention? What else do they know about me? The lack of reciprocity makes it worse. While they quietly gather details about others, Sigma males rarely share much about themselves. This creates an imbalance. People feel exposed while knowing little in return. The combination of their quiet nature and their uncanny memory can come across as calculated, even if their intentions are benign. The truth is, Sigma males aren't trying to be invasive or creepy, they're simply wired to observe and retain. But their ability to pull up obscure facts or pinpoint habits with such accuracy can leave others feeling like they're being watched a little too closely. In a world where privacy is highly valued, their observational skills can feel less like a talent and more like an uninvited peek behind the curtain. Number 8, disappearing without warning. Sigma males are infamous for their sudden and silent disappearances. One moment, they're quietly present at a social gathering, blending into the background or engaging in low-key conversations. The next, they're simply gone. No goodbyes, no excuses, no indication they were leaving. To them, this is a practical move. They avoid the awkwardness of drawn-out farewells or the pressure to explain why they're leaving. but to everyone else it's puzzling and frankly a little eerie. What makes their exit so unsettling is the lack of closure. Social norms dictate that saying goodbye signals respect and consideration for others, even if it's just a quick wave or a polite nod. When someone vanishes without a word, it creates a strange vacuum, leaving people wondering, did I say something wrong? Are they okay? Where did they go? The absence feels more pronounced when the Sigma male's presence, even if subtle, was noticeable. Their timing adds another layer of mystery. Sigma males often choose moments when no one is looking or when the energy in the room dips. It's almost as if they've perfected the art of slipping through the cracks of attention, like a shadow retreating before anyone notices. This ability to exit unnoticed can leave an almost supernatural impression, as if they've mastered disappearing in plain sight. What's truly unsettling is their lack of concern for how this behavior is perceived. If asked later, they might shrug it off with a casual, "I didn't want to interrupt," or "It felt like the right time to leave." For them, it's logical and efficient, but for others, it's mysterious, ghostly, and strangely disconcerting, like dealing with someone who operates just outside the bounds of normal human interaction. Number 9, speaking in riddles or abstract statements. Sigma males have a unique way of communicating that often leans toward the cryptic or philosophical. They're not ones for small talk or surface-level conversations. Instead, they prefer to delve into deeper, more abstract thoughts. What might seem like a simple observation to them, like the path you take doesn't matter as much as the direction you choose, can leave others scratching their heads. To the Sigma, it's profound, thought-provoking, and perfectly clear, but to others, it can sound like an enigma wrapped in a riddle full of complexity without any clear answer. This abstract approach to communication creates an unsettling vibe for those who prefer straightforward, tangible conversations. When they speak in riddles or philosophical musings, people often feel like they've missed the point or don't quite understand what's being said. And since Sigma males rarely follow up to explain or clarify their statements, it's easy for others to feel like they're being left out of some secret knowledge or insider understanding. The result? Confusion, frustration, and a growing sense that they're being subtly tested or evaluated. What adds to the eerie nature of this style of communication is the way it can sometimes feel like it's probing into deeper aspects of someone's character. A casual remark like, "Sometimes we learn more from silence than words," can make people feel like they're being analyzed, judged, or even manipulated. It's not that the Sigma is trying to be obscure or mysterious, it's simply how their mind works. They value the complexity of ideas, and they often express themselves in ways that might require more thought or interpretation. However, to those who prefer clarity, these abstract statements can come across as unnervingly indirect, as though they're not sharing the full picture. In the end, the Sigma male's tendency to speak in riddles or philosophical terms can leave others feeling perplexed, like they've been handed a puzzle without any clear instructions, unsure of whether they should be enlightened or just left in the dark. Number 10, observing social interactions without participating. Sigma males often find themselves on the periphery of social events, silently observing the interactions around them rather than actively participating. They aren't necessarily antisocial or disengaged. They're just highly attuned to their surroundings and prefer to absorb the dynamics of a group from the sidelines. While they're content to watch rather than engage, this detachment can make others feel strangely uncomfortable. People become acutely aware of the Sigma's quiet presence, sensing that they're being watched, analyzed, or scrutinized without ever knowing why. This passive observation can create an unnerving sense of being under a microscope. In a conversation, for example, while others are laughing, sharing stories, or exchanging opinions, the Sigma male might remain silent, taking it all in. To the people around them, it can feel like their every word and gesture is being measured, as if their behavior is being silently judged. Even when the Sigma is doing nothing more than observing the ebb and flow of a conversation, others can't shake the feeling that they're somehow exposed, like the Sigma is silently critiquing them, or worse, finding them lacking in some way. What makes this behavior particularly uncomfortable is that it's often done without any malice. Sigma males don't necessarily intend to make others feel watched or evaluated. They simply prefer to keep their distance, remaining outside the fray while they process what's going on around them. For them, participation doesn't always feel necessary. They'd rather take the time to understand the social dynamics and form their own conclusions. But for the people they observe, it's easy to misinterpret this silence and detachment as judgment or disinterest. The result is an unsettling sense that in their presence nothing is truly private. Sigma males are the quiet storm of social dynamics, intelligent, observant, and elusive. Their actions, though not intentionally malevolent, often leave others with an eerie sense of being analyzed or observed in ways they didn't anticipate. Whether it's their piercing gaze, cryptic speech, or the unsettling way they disappear without a trace, Sigma males have an uncanny ability to keep people on edge, often making others feel like they're operating on a different plane altogether. Their tendency to compartmentalize their lives, their detached approach to social interaction, and their tendency to read others with alarming accuracy only heighten this sense of mystery. But what's truly unsettling is that none of this is done with any ill intent. The Sigma male's behaviors, his silence, his cryptic insights, his withdrawal, are simply the result of his independent nature. They are a product of someone who values autonomy and self-mastery above all else, not someone who seeks to manipulate or intimidate. Yet in a world that thrives on transparency and connection, the Sigma's enigma can leave a lingering discomfort. People are left wondering, what do they really know? What are they really thinking? In the end, the true creepiness of a Sigma male isn't in what he does, it's in how little he does to explain himself. And it's this unspoken mystery, this refusal to conform to social expectations, that keeps others guessing, making them feel both fascinated and unsettled. The Sigma male isn't trying to be creepy, but in his pursuit of independence and self-sufficiency, he has mastered the art of making others feel like they're walking through a maze with no clear exit. If you found these insights into the world of Sigma males as fascinating as they are unsettling, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the mysterious, unspoken dynamics of human behavior. By subscribing, you'll stay tuned for more mind-bending content that will make you rethink the way you see the world around you. Don't miss out. Join the community and let's dive deeper into the secrets of the psyche together. Subscribe now and keep the mystery alive. Bye for now and see you in the next video.